Well, hello, this is mkronner. Welcome back to Season 1, Episode 2. Today we're going to focus on data, and I guess I'll summarize it as a data management plan. Do you just feel overwhelmed with just data in general? It could be email, social media, just all these files and attachments that you get either at home or at work, spam coming into your email. Every day we have so many different ways that we have data coming into us. And do you feel overwhelmed by it? Well, I'm hoping that I'll give you some ideas or some suggestions today that will help you in managing that. And then we'll have more episodes, follow-up episodes, because there's just so much to cover. You know, right now, I know myself, I feel overwhelmed with data, especially when I'm in a reactionary mode. And I get that way when I can't isolate all the different ways the data is coming into me. So I could be in the middle of planning my day and all of a sudden a text message comes in or an email comes in. Are you disciplined enough to ignore it or turn off your email or your phone while you're trying to lay out your day? I think you'll find your days much more effective if you block out clear times where you can do dedicated tasks. We all like to think that we're great multitaskers, but studies have shown time and time again that we're really not as good as we think we are. So especially in terms of doing something, it could be a project, or again, in my case, I like to spend the first 15 minutes to a half hour really laying out my day. What's the most important things I want to get accomplished? I understand that throughout the day things will happen, that you have to deal with emergencies and so on, but really try to go after the important things. And then the things that you don't get done, forward them on to the next day or later on in the week if possible, but do something with it so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So number one is try to isolate times. Same like a meeting. When you go to a meeting, are you looking at your phone? Are you reacting to text messages? Are you really there in the moment? So are you effective? And I think you need to ask yourself those questions. And if the answer is no, I'm feeling like I'm thrashing, I got too much coming in, then you need to start isolating and controlling how information's flowing into your day. Let's today focus a little bit about email, both sending and receiving email. How much time do you even think about what you put in the subject of your email? Do you just say a short message like stuff or hi, and then go into some things about work that you need to have done by a coworker, or whatever it is? Do you really spend any time thinking about a meaningful subject? A meaningful subject, I think, is very important. And so I would ask you to spend some time thinking about that. It's an eye catcher. A lot of people get hundreds of emails, and that subject is important. Also, if you want somebody to take action on your email, in the subject, say something like, I need you to respond immediately to this. That'll get their attention, and they know that they need to take action. You know, when you get emails, there's what's called the to, who you send an email to, then there's CC, carbon copy, and then there's BC, which is blind copy or blind carbon copy. And they're all different. Typically the way I use them is when I send an email to someone, in most cases I'm looking for that person to respond back to me or to take action on something in the email. The CC is normally courtesy copy, or I think I mentioned carbon copy, but I think it's more appropriate to say courtesy copy. You're letting other people aware of something going on, but they don't necessarily have to respond or take action. And blind copy is, I like that because, again, you don't need to take action. You can read the note, but it's a way for you to send a group email out to people without anyone else in the distribution list knowing who the email is sent to. I think it's really important, especially I think emails need to be private in certain cases, especially if you're sending out marketing information, whatever. So blind copy so that those emails don't get distributed to everyone else. So it's very important you understand the concepts between to, CC, and BC. And also make sure that the people that you put in the to are the people that you expect replies to. And if you have it in CC or BC, I would not expect a reply. So that's one thing being said. When I receive emails, I process it the same way. If I am not the primary person in the email, if the sender that sent me the email does not have me in the to line, if they have me carbon or CC or BC, I'm going to read it maybe later. I'm not going to take immediate action. It's certainly not going to grab my attention. So it's important that you understand that when you're sending it out to people too. And Going a little bit deeper about that, how do you qualify your emails? Um, I have what's called a 2-minute rule. Kind of scan the email subjects. Certainly look at the sender. You know, if it's your boss, you want to immediately look at that and see if there's something important. But once you read an email, do something with it. File it into a to-do folder. File it in a reference folder, but take action. Don't just leave it in the inbox once you've read it. You know, my goal is to keep my inbox down to 0 every day, and that's by scanning the emails and taking action. Either putting it into a proper folder. I have lots of folders. Folders based on company, based on function, could be a to-do list. Um, you have to decide how you want to organize them, and we'll go into some more detail again later. I also want to make note that the stuff that I'm talking to you about, data management, I do have an ebook on this, and please email me. Again, my email is listed on my web pages, mkronner.com. Also complimentary website I have is onenessagain.com, which has got a lot of great, not so specific to business, but there are some great videos on all different, it's kind of like the fun side of me, so I'd like to also mention that to you as well. But again, you will find a link on my mkronner.com website to my email. Send me a note that you're interested in the ebook for data management, and I'll forward that on to you. So I like to keep my videos 5 minutes or less. I know you're very busy, so I hopefully have given you some things to think about in terms of data management, how you should look at and think about data coming in as well as data going out. And I hope that'll give you something to work with. And again, I welcome your questions on parts of this information you may like me to go more in detail with, or your perspectives on data management. So until next time, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.